has changed, right? For all of us. Now at this stage, we are focusing on cinematic ads, right? The type of ads which we were never able to do before. I wanted to become this big creative.
From a research scientist at Bell Labs to a real estate mogul and now the visionary behind a world-class marketing agency, today we're joined by Janak Mehta. Janak is the founder of Clients Online, a man who mastered direct response marketing under the OG, Dan Kennedy. He's helped multiple companies go public and earned countless 2 Comma Club awards for his clients. But Janak isn't just about traffic. He's a pioneer in cinematic AI creative. He believes that in the age of algorithms, storytelling is the only true differentiator. We're diving into his traffic trifecta.
Normal hook rates are 10 to 20%. Anything above 50, Google calls it top 1%. Our hook rates are 70 to 80%. Okay? Wow. That we are able to, hit the right target market, the right message. AI is not just replacing humans, but if your humans actually have vision, AI can tell tenfold. It just be a force multiplier for your company.
What I really observed is you are on point picking up the right trend. You are at the starting of the curve. How is that really possible?
You can create creatives based on the level of awareness, and then you put it out there, and that's how you structure your campaigns. You're gonna win this.
So if we look at the future and what your plans and what is your next move for the next 12 months or 24 months? Hey Janak, welcome to the show.
Hey Venkat, thanks for inviting me. I'm excited.
Yeah, it is really a pleasure having you on the show. And I'm really excited for today's conversation. And so could you please take us back and start from where you started your journey? So you were born in India and founded the Clients Online in Arizona about almost 2 decades now. So could you please explain how this journey has begun and how is it going now?
Sure. No, absolutely. Thanks for asking the question. As you mentioned, yes, I was born in India. Based on my accent, you can probably figure it out. And I came here to do my master's at Carnegie Mellon. This is the United States. And after my master's in computer science, electrical and business school, my first goal was to obviously get a job, right? With any international student, right? I got a job at Bell Communication Research Lab as a research scientist. And then from there, started working at Ford Motor Company. While I was transitioning from Bell Labs to Ford, I started understanding how corporate America works. When they need you, they roll out the red carpet, and when they don't need you, they kick you out, essentially, right? So from the very beginning, I knew that I was going to start something on my own, and so obviously didn't have enough cash or courage or credit, so I was still obviously working. And at Ford Motor Company, my wife and I, we decided, okay, we are going to jump into business. Our very first business was real estate investing and buying and selling properties, essentially. Buying properties, buying essentially undervalued assets, then improving it and then selling it, right? Or putting on the rent, either of those two. Quick flips or just putting on the, building our portfolio. And timing was right. And we essentially started getting initial success. We bought and sold 18 properties in 12 months, $2.4 million worth of, properties bought and sold. So we made some money, and I was still working full-time at Ford. And then we found a local mentor back in Michigan. We used to live in Michigan back then. Ford Motor Company's headquarters in Dearborn, Michigan. And so started working with mentor, and we came up with an idea. Why don't we actually teach what we have learned, right? So that's when essentially it became coaching / consulting / mastermind. We started building and created our investment association, started having other experts come and teach as well. And that became essentially a business within the business. So the first business was investment. And then second business essentially became teaching other people on how we are doing it, essentially, right? And to grow that second business, we had to learn marketing. And that's when we started learning marketing from Dan Kennedy of the world, right? A big name, the OG of the OG. And that's where I cut my teeth in terms of direct response marketing, became really good at that, and started growing our what we call info publishing business, or I guess the coaching consulting business. And that gave us huge insight into, this is how this business works, this is how the marketing works, right? And then 2007, we started our marketing agency. Now, back then, we were just providing search engine optimization, website design development, and obviously a lot of things have changed since 2007 in the world of marketing. Right? And by 2014, we were essentially providing so many different type of services to so many different niches. We were essentially doing everything, right? Whether, hey, you need SEO, website design development, paid media, organic social media marketing, email campaigns, SMS started to come along, mobile application development. We were doing everything, right? I read a book called Built to Sell. Book talked about how to productize your service-based company. And essentially the author asked us to focus on one thing you're really good at. And that one thing essentially became for us paid advertising. And within that, Facebook as a platform. So we doubled down on that. Again, the timing was right. So, we built a team and then, we rode the wave for Facebook. Facebook was just the rising star and we essentially grew our company with that. And by around 2018, 2019, we started adding more channels back because our clients started asking us, hey, you are good at Meta. Can you also run Google ads for us or YouTube ads for us or, Snapchat or Pinterest, other channels. And initially we would say no, but then, we started saying yes because I was like, there's a demand here. Started building the team around those different channels. And from there, the clients started asking us, hey, can you build a full funnel for us, customer journey for us, email campaigns? And then we hired people, we built the entire team, and we started taking that on as well. But then we were so niched in terms of the type of clients we would serve. Essentially, we are serving what we call D2C, direct to consumer e-commerce clients. And then also, because we have cut our teeth in info publishing, essentially coaches, consultants, online course creators, right? People who have mastered. Yeah. So info publishing business was another, we call them experts. So experts in e-commerce. Those are the two niches we serve. And on the expert side, we also have service-based businesses as well. So, we're really niched down, but then we have gone wide in terms of our services, right? And then fast forward, last 1.5 years, we have really pivoted to, obviously, we've been leveraging AI since 2019 with Jasper for the copywriting. We were, I would say, among the first users, right? So we knew Jasper, we knew how to leverage it. The results were okay, right? Our copy chief has to still go through everything, right? And then from there, once the GPT 3.5, essentially, end of November,
2022.
the life has changed, right, for all of us.
Yeah.
And since then, I was like, okay, yeah, we doubled down on that. We built the whole system around it. And now at this stage, we are focusing on cinematic ads, right? The type of ads which we were never able to do before. Like the things which I wanted to do. I wanted to become this big creative Madison Avenue agency, right? I don't know if you have seen Netflix has a show called Mad Men. It actually was Showtime and then it got over. And so Mad Men was a story about in 1950s and 60s, this advertising agency, what they were doing, essentially the life of that people in that agency. And there's this Don Draper guy. He's like Ogilvy, creative genius, and how he would pitch the clients. And it was the whole show was about that. I was like, that's exactly what I want to do. But obviously, to build that, you have to have a talent and crew and, a lot of money, right? And then AI came along and that's where we pivoted. So we pivoted to essentially doing what we always wanted to do about, running a creative agency. And we doubled down on that. And if I look at the growth of all the platforms, whether it's Meta or Google or YouTube or TikTok, doesn't matter. Creative is the differentiator. And they are looking for, they're asking for, they want more and more creative variation because they understand the target market. They understand the people. They understand they have a lot more data about who's using, how they're using it, what are their needs, what are their desires, what do they want at any given point in time, pretty much. So the idea would be to essentially feed algorithm what it wants. And that's essentially what we have done. So yeah, that's a brief story about, how we got started and where we are right now. And in the journey, we have 2 clients that have gone public in last 5 years. We have many clients on Inc. 500, 5,000 list, fast-growing companies in the nation. Many clients, I don't know if you have heard of Russell Brunson's 2 Comma Club Award. Many clients on 2CC Award, 2CCX, which is 10 million, and 2CCC, which is $25 million award. So yeah, it's been a great journey for us.
Wow, it was really amazing and such a long journey.
Yeah.
It was really so inspiring and amazing. And from your journey, what I really observed is you are on point picking up the right trend. You are at the starting of the curve and you are utilizing whatever coming into the market next. So how is that really possible? How you are identifying all these opportunities?
I think I would easily say okay, I'm so brilliant. No, it's not about that. I think I'm fairly blessed, right? And
Mm,
one thing I would say though, I am a extremely curious person. I get curious about a lot of different things in my life, and I get curious about a lot of different topics. So if even the one word, if I can say I'm a connoisseur, that means that, I would know about a lot of different things, or at least I would have asked a question to different people because I just have a wide range of interests, right? So that
mm,
natural curiosity has led me into whenever it comes to a business problem, I'm always seeking answers, right? And I like to think few years in the future. I'll give you an example. About 2 years ago, I already had fast forwarded and said, okay, listen, in 5 years, I think all the agencies the way it was back then are dead. So if that is
mm,
the trajectory, what do I have to do as a leader of the company, and where I'm going to lead this, right? How are we going to course correct? How are we going to pivot? How are we going to still be in existence, and let alone forget the existence? How are we going to capitalize on this trend? What is now possible? And that is, I guess, been my MO. Thanks for bringing that out, but I've
mm.
never thought about this in my entire life like this. Yeah, this is, yeah,
Yeah,
appreciate it. Thank you.
got it. It was really amazing what you said. As a business owner, we should really have that enthusiasm to know more things and to understand what is really coming into the market. Even whether it is the business mindset or even in our personal life, having that enthusiasm is very helpful, I would say.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I really appreciate sharing that. And coming back to the business, so on your website, you mentioned so much about the fixing broken marketing, especially I think it is the word exactly the trifecta,
I affect.
trifecta. So you mentioned something about the Rave Surge, the framework. Could you please elaborate more on that and what is really it is all about?
Yeah, no, thank you for asking the question. So ultimately for us is, what we focus on is we call it the revenue surges, right? So, I guess it's a marketing term, but really we focus on ultimately it's not about finding the right target market or finding the right message, but really once those two are identified, bringing them, getting their attention, bringing them into what we would call your customer journey or the funnel, right? Or one system, right? And then take them through that entire process and then figuring out where are the leaks in the process, where are the leaks in the steps, and then plug those leaks so that you actually get big revenue surges, right? So that you are constantly growing. And the most important thing is profitability, right? So for us it is not about spending $1 to get $1. For us it's all about getting $1 to get get two, three, four, $5, right? So for
Mhm.
us, making sure that we have the right strategy identified. We actually do a lot of deep work in the what we call strategy work, and really really figure out what word our client should own, what is one sentence our client should own, what is unique about each and every of our clients, right? So we
Mm,
do deep work in the beginning with every single client when we start working with them, right? And when we do that, unlocks, like I'll give an example. Just onboarded a client literally beginning of this month, 1st of December actually. This Australia based client, they are in what I would call woo-woo niche, right? Like it's a esoteric niche, right? So just by the fact of them being esoteric niche, it's already difficult for most of the marketers or most of the marketing expert to understand that. And they had been working with, in last, I would say 4 or 5 years, they have like changed 6 different agencies. So obviously they're frustrated. Like they are not getting what they're looking for from the external help. And
yeah.
literally we came in and the first thing is we created the entire strategy, and then we spent 1 hour 40 minutes just discussing the strategy with them. But the CMO reached out to me, the founder reached out to me literally after the call, and they said we absolutely love your team. Who does that, right? Like that's not normal in my world. Like
Mm,
normal agency work is, okay, you have a problem, we have a solution, let's exchange money, we'll solve your problem, and then see what happens, right? Nobody actually takes a deep dive, and that's the differentiating factor we have. Is the very first step is nailing down the strategy in terms of what are we going to focus on, right? What's And then really at a deeper level, understanding the target market. Understand, those are just the word target market, right? No, but if we actually go at the deeper psychographics level and really understand like what is happening in their day-to-day life, the target market's life, the audience's life, right? And what is going to make them, yes, grab their attention. I don't know if you know about the hook rates. So the hook rate is, if we are running a video campaigns, the hook rate is essentially are you able to stop the scroll? Our hook rates are okay. So if you do, you can just Google this. People who are listening to this, you can Google this. Normal hook rates are 10 to 20%. It's good, right? When you are like 30, 40%, that's really good. Anything above 50, Google calls it top 1%. Our hook rates are 70 to 80%. Okay. That
Wow.
means that we are able to, hit the right target market, the right message, and we're able to grab their attention. So the hook rate, people just focus on ROAS. By the way, we have 12 to 18x ROAS as well. But again, I'll come to that. The point is, the hook rate is very, very important. Nobody understands that, and nobody focuses on that. And then that follows with the click-through rate. Normal click-through rate would be 1%, 2%, right? People get excited. I used to get excited like 3, 4, 5%. Now we are able to get 12, 18, 19% click-through rate. You know what that means? That out of every 1,000 impressions, I'm getting essentially 190 clicks. It's crazy what's possible, right? So when you nail it down, and then all of a sudden you have more traffic, and then with the conversion rate optimization on the landing page, you are able to get higher opt-in rate. Normal opt-in rate would be 20%, 25%, 30% even. 30% would be like, oh wow, we are so we don't get less than 50% on our landing page conversion rate, right? So when you have understanding of your target market deeper level, the strategy work we do carries over. So like when we focus on our clients campaign, it just generally crushes it, generally does a good job. And, they stay with us for a long time. And that's why they're able to get to, two companies went public, and so many of them are scaling. And that's the reason why. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds really amazing. Yeah. So in continuation to that project you mentioned about, obviously the strategy is really very important and crucial before starting any campaign. So in your opinion, what are the key principles of creating a perfect or proper strategy?
Key principles of creating perfect strategy. Well, that changes, based on the, the business, right? So for any business, there are a few things you have to focus on. Number one is your ideal client avatar, right? So that's number one. Number two is, what are the psychographics, demographics? What are they thinking? What are their true pain, hope, desire, challenges are? Like you have to actually go down, dig deeper into all of that, right? Then you have to then go outside of the avatar and then go into messaging. Okay, out of all of this, hey, what are the the words or sentences that will directly connect with their heart? And they would say, yeah, this is exactly what I was looking for. This is exactly what I want, right? Like what would grab their attention and emotionally connects with them, right? So, there's a book called 16 Word Sales Letter. Now, I'm not saying that that's our strategy, but there's one of the book, that's what I've learned. Like you have to focus on what's the big idea for any market, for any offer, for any product, for any business, right? What is the big, what's the reason why you exist? So what's the big idea? And then you have to go through this 10 different questions. The questions are, okay, why you? Why now? How does your product or service work? What's different about your product or service? Do you have a proof? There are 10 questions, right? So the idea was that the idea is like, you have to focus on the ideal target market, then the messaging. Then the third thing is, anytime you talk about strategy, you have to have an offer, the offer that converts, the offer that actually what your target market wants, right? So there's a whole offer, framework. And then from there, the last step is, how are you bringing customers into customer journey? What is the first thing they're going to see? What does the top of the funnel looks like? What's the next thing they are going to see, right? Are we making an offer? Are you still educating them? Are you bringing them to a quiz, to a webinar? Are you bringing them to some sort of ebook, to let's say quiz or a challenge or on demand webinar? Or are you bringing them to lead to watching a VSL and then apply, right? Depending on high ticket funnel or different type of funnel, different type of customer journeys out there. And then finally, what is your X factor? Like why you? Like why should they hire you? Or why should they go with your company versus 10,000 other solutions out there? What's the X factor? That includes your credibility, or if you have to manufacture credibility, right? Not lying. I'm not saying lying. Lying would not work in the long run, right? You can just lie, but then people are so smart nowadays, and with AI there is no lying. So, well, AI can hallucinate, but but people cannot lie, right? So I believe that lying doesn't work, and you should never focus on that, right? But then, can you reposition yourself? Can you position yourself in such a way that even if you're doing the same thing, you position it in such a way that it actually looks different, right? And it actually looks better, right? And then clients can associate, with that versus you're just another company or just another service or just another offer or just another product. No, like what is your uniquely different about you, right? So positioning. So yeah, those are the, I would say, 5 different, frameworks on the strategy side. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really, really helpful. And yeah, when it comes to the creatives for the ads, you mentioned something about you're creating the cinematic AI generated creatives for the ads. So, and you wanted to show our audience something you created
Yeah.
in the recent times. So, yeah, if you could
Yeah, no,
share
definitely.
that
So
video and yeah.
I'm gonna pull up something, and I'm gonna set that ad for you guys. So imagine
Yeah.
you have a product which is, so this is very common product here in US called Lunchable. It's essentially a kid
Mm,
lunch tray, the lunch tray or the snack tray, essentially. Okay, the snack tray is used in the for kids, and kids love it. It's not healthy, but kids love it. And that lunch tray is essentially a solution for mom who is very busy. They're professionals, or they are, mom has 10,000 things they have to do, right? And then mom is going through chaos on every single day in the morning, the breakfast chaos or lunch chaos, right? And if you have young kids, mom with the young kids would associate with this like in a heartbeat. You will see that. And so what we wanted to do was we wanted to create a story. It was not an ad; it's actually stories, almost like
mm,
we're building a small story, right? A cinematic ad where the mom, as a hero of the story, goes through hero's journey from chaos to calm, because calm is something she wants. Because mom has
mm,
10,000 things she wants, she has to do, and the calm is what she's seeking every single day, like some time alone with herself, maybe her favorite beverage, maybe in her favorite vehicle, right? That's
mm.
what we have depicted in this. That ad essentially was completely done by AI, and this is not the latest VO3 or Sora Sora 2. This was actually Sora 1 and VO2.
Mm,
So it's not about the AI models. It's actually about
yeah.
storytelling, understanding your ICP at a deeper level, right?
Mm,
Story branding, how and understanding cinematography. So I wanted to share this video to show you guys and inspire you guys to actually see that what's possible. AI is not just replacing humans, but if your humans actually have vision, AI
mm,
can still help you tenfold. If you already have some basic understanding and knowledge, you can do so much more, right? So I believe that while AI may create a lot of junk and lower quality stuff, people who actually get this at the high quality, AI can really be a boon in terms of it just be a force multiplier for your company. So
mm.
that's what we've been able to do with this. That's our secret sauce. We've been spending last 1.5 years, 2 years, what we call building our underground AI lab, right? And then learning, understanding, and then really implementing and merging the existing skill set with AI, and yeah, crushing it. Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, it was really amazing. I think, yeah, it is the same video. I watched it on YouTube just before this episode.
Okay.
Yeah,
Perfect.
yeah.
Same
So
one. Now
I would
it should be
say,
on the YouTube. Yep, that is correct. Munchable.
yeah, yeah. So I gone through it. It
Yep.
was really amazing. The quality video generation space is really booming right now, especially for the creatives, whether it is for the ads or even for the brand promotions.
Yep.
Yeah, I can really see a lot of potential in that.
Yep. Absolutely, man.
Yeah, got it. So yeah, Janak. So till now, yeah, we've been discussing about the strategies and all the trends that have been going in the industry right now. But yeah, no business is except of the challenges. So there will be challenges as we grow in the business area. So in your vantage point, what are the few challenges that you are kind of noticing in the D2C market right now?
Sure. One of the things is what we are facing right now is creative output needs to be very, very high. So for us, the bigger challenge is, of an example, our chief creative strategist, right? He is extremely brilliant. And by the way, the video I just shared, he created it by himself. Imagine that,
Mm,
right? But it's only one human,
yeah.
and so we are working on essentially replicating the creative process, right? Essentially taking the step by step approach, the engineering approach we have, and then turning at every stage, what I flow and the process we can use. Essentially, that's what we are focusing on, because that will allow us to scale more and serve our
Mm,
clients better. So yeah, otherwise what's going to happen is I may have to reduce my client intake in terms of number of clients we are serving, the new clients actually, right? And on existing clients as well. And then, and or raise the price, right? Either of those two. I
mm,
would like to keep doing what we are doing. Yeah, sure, we'll raise the price. But then, I would like to leverage more AI, right? And then, wide range of clients. And then on the flip side, it's possible that, we just take, maybe 10, 20 brands and just really deeply integrated with them, and then have profit sharing and equity. And when
mm.
they scale, we also grow bigger with them. But we are tightly connected with, a small number of brands versus, 30 or 50 brands, right? So yeah, we are thinking in those directions to figure out what's how will this play out essentially for us.
Got it. And in terms of leveraging AI in the other areas as well, so you are already doing great
Yeah.
in terms of AI, how you are utilizing it. So what do you mean by leveraging in other areas? Are there any specific areas in your mind
Yeah, so
for
no,
further
absolutely.
extension?
Absolutely. So we are already doing, when it comes to the entire strategy building process, is we are leveraging AI. Entire creative process, we are leveraging AI, obviously with human input and human vigilance, right? And it's
Mm,
our training and our processes and our intellectual property we have trained it on, right? So the entire process of creating is definitely, we are using AI. Just a final two, which is image creation at scale, and then video creation at scale. Essentially, those two we have not
mm,
been able to. Obviously, we use AI for that, but it's not at scale. It's not completely automated where you put some, one input on one side, and then, and I believe that no matter, even with the trained processes we have, we still feel like there's a back and forth we have to do constantly, right? I don't believe that at this stage. I do not believe that the level of output we are seeking, that we can just put just a website URL for a client and then bam, everything will happen. It's not there yet. Yeah,
yeah,
at least right now.
got
We'll
it.
find out how this will play out in next year and the year after that, and 2028, 29. We'll see.
Yeah. So if we look at the future and yeah, what your plans and what is your next move for the next 12 months or 24
Yeah,
months?
you said next 2 months or 5 months?
Next 12 months,
Oh, next 12 months.
especially for 2026.
Thank you. Definitely, I'm definitely working on leveraging AI to scale our operations for sure. That is going to be the delta, right? And then in addition to, yeah, sure, add the front end, which is our own marketing, right?
Mm,
Leveraging AI. So I'm actually going through a training right now where they're focusing on, making your own AI clone. So imagine that
yeah.
you have my avatar talking about what I know, what I just shared, and then obviously, a few other things I know. Imagine all of our IPs, intellectual property, right? And then share it out there. But Avatar is speaking, Avatar is doing everything, and then the entire process automated in terms of topic research, our angle, to that, creating a post, posting it, managing replies, everything
Mm,
completely automated, right? So like on the front end, organic side, and then on the paid side as well. There are some platforms, AI platforms, but I do not trust them right now. I'm gonna have, we obviously test it, but I'm gonna have other companies try it first, where they claim
yeah.
that, oh, just put the URL and everything will be done. Your campaigns will be set up. No, the level of output we have, it's not happening right now.
Mm,
Guaranteed. And I don't know if ever it will ever happen that way, because I think AI will have think of AI as a PhD brain, and they have PhD in every subject. Unless you're able to sit down with that PhD brain and ask very deep questions in your subject, that means you have to have some level of knowledge yourself, some level of intellectual property, some level of processes, right? AI is going to still give you generic answers, right?
Yeah.
PhD will only speak to you based on your depth of the knowledge. So I think that's where the context and the data, that's where we'll shine, and that's where I think companies like us will strive.
Got it. Yeah, that was really an amazing insight. And yeah, or what you shared about your future goals. It is really exciting, and yeah, I really wish you all the very best.
Thank you.
And yeah, before we leave, if you could share one suggestion for the marketers out there based on the current trends and whether it is utilizing the AI or optimizing their strategies. So what it could be.
If I can give you one quick one-word answer, more creatives. I guess two-word answer, more creatives, right? So all the platforms now are requiring eating up a lot more creatives because they've become so much better. And if you can create creatives based on the level of awareness, nobody knows that, very few people actually do it this way. Imagine that the market is completely unaware, the segment of market is completely unaware about your product or services. Then there are problem aware. Then there are solution aware. There are solutions available out there for this problem. First of all, they know there's a problem, right? So there's a problem aware. Then they know that, there are a few solutions available out there. And then they become product aware. That means that, this particular product is available. That is your company, right? Or the service in this case. And then finally, the most aware. The most aware is now they're in your ecosystem. You're retargeting them. They know about your client testimonial. They know about your success. They know about the founder's journey. They know about your company's overall process, right? So if you can create creatives based on level of awareness, and then you put it out there, and that's how you structure your campaigns, you're gonna win this. That's what we do.
Got it. Yeah. It was really amazing. And yeah, so for people who want to go deeper with you and maybe want to know more information about you and your company, so where they can check out for you.
Sure. Yeah, name of the company is Clients Online. Very simple name, CLIENTS, clientsonline.com. You can go check out the site. You can follow me on Instagram at the symbol @Janak Mehta, JANAK MEHTA. My same username is on Facebook. Same is on TikTok, same is on LinkedIn. So wherever you can find Janak Mehta, that's me. Yeah.
Got it. Yep. It was really amazing. Thank you, Janak. Thank you for joining our show. And you have shared so many amazing insights, and especially around the marketing, the mindset, especially about the strategy. I really love that session. So yeah, it was really amazing. And thanks for your valuable time joining our show. And yep.
You're welcome, man. Yeah, I had fun. This was great. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you very much.